Men who don't know how to be still are a different type of man. Not louder, not better, not worse. Different. They move through life with an engine that never truly shuts off. Even when they sit down, something inside them is standing. Even when the body rests, the mind remains armed, alert, scanning, calculating. These men don't relax easily, not because they enjoy stress, but because stillness was never safe for them. They learned early that motion was survival. If you don't move, nothing moves for you. If you don't push, you fall behind. If you stop, you lose ground. So they kept moving. They fixed things, built things, created things, worked longer, thought harder, carried more. While others rested, they prepared. While others slowed down, they accelerated. Not because they were chasing status, not because they were addicted to productivity, but because life taught them one brutal lesson very early. No one is coming. No rescue, no safety net, no pause button, just responsibility. So they learned to stay ready. Always. These men grew up in survival mode, and survival rewires the nervous system. Doesn't ask permission, doesn't care about balance, it cares about continuity. Survival says, keep going. Survival says, don't stop now. Survival says, if you slow down, you're exposed. And exposure, once upon a time, meant loss. So stillness became unfamiliar. Rest became suspicious. Silence felt loud. Because when they stopped before, things broke. Bills piled up. Opportunities disappeared. People left. Chaos moved in. So they internalized a rule that most men never question. Progress is protection. As long as I'm moving forward, I'm safe. As long as I'm building, nothing can collapse. As long as I'm doing, I'm not falling behind. That rule kept them alive. But here's the part no one tells you. Survival rules don't turn off automatically when danger is gone. Success doesn't convince the nervous system. Money doesn't calm the body. Stability doesn't rewrite the past. Because the body remembers what the mind has outgrown. So even after they make it, they keep running. Even after they arrive, they don't feel arrived. Even in calm, their system stays braced. Not because they're ungrateful, but because safety was never their baseline. Movement was. And when movement becomes identity, stillness feels like death. That's why they struggle to sit with themselves. That's why they don't enjoy idle time. That's why silence feels uncomfortable instead of peaceful. Because silence removes distraction. And distraction was the thing that kept the fear quiet. When they stop doing, they start feeling. And buried beneath the drive is exhaustion they never addressed. Fear they never processed. Pressure they never released. So they keep going. New goals, new projects, new mountains. Not to impress anyone, but to outrun something they can't name. Scarcity. Not just financial scarcity, but emotional scarcity. Safety scarcity. Control scarcity. They are not chasing more, they are escaping less. And there's a difference. A man chasing status needs validation. A man outrunning scarcity needs certainty. He needs to know that if everything falls apart tomorrow, he'll survive it again. That's why he never fully rests. Because rest feels like lowering the weapon. And once upon a time, lowering the weapon meant you didn't make it. So understand this clearly. These men are not broken. They are forged. Forged by necessity. Forged by pressure. Forged by being needed before they were ready. But what forges a man can also trap him. Because the same drive that built his life can quietly drain it. Because living in constant forward motion without stillness turns strength into tension. And tension, over time, becomes corrosion. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is integration. Stillness is where the body learns that the war is over, even if the mind refuses to believe it. But here's the truth most men resist. You don't lose your edge by learning stillness. You sharpen it. A man who can move and stop is dangerous in the right way. A man who can act and rest has control. A man who can sit in silence without needing to escape it has authority over himself. Stillness doesn't erase hunger. It teaches discernment. It doesn't make you soft. It makes you precise. The problem isn't that these men don't work hard. The problem is they never learned when it was safe to stop. And safety isn't something the world gives you. It's something you train into your system. That's why stillness feels wrong at first. Because it's unfamiliar. Because your body still thinks motion equals survival. So if you are this man, if you feel restless when there's nothing to fix, if your mind races the moment you sit down, if success didn't bring the calm you expected, know this: you are not lazy for needing stillness. You are not weak for wanting rest. And you are not losing momentum by learning how to stop. You are recalibrating, but arriving is only the beginning. Because even when a man reaches the summit, the real work begins inside. Stillness shows him what he's been avoiding, the fears he buried, the doubts he masked with action, the anger he used as fuel, the regrets he never spoke aloud, the opportunities he never took. All of it waits in the quiet, and only the strongest men face it. A man who can stare at his own reflection, without excuses, without distractions, without flinching, is a man who commands his life. Because mastery isn't built in motion alone. It is forged in the spaces between movement, in the silence, in the waiting, in the disciplined restraint of power not used. Every choice, every pause, every calculated step becomes a declaration. The world will try to pull you into motion, to distract you, to rob you of your awareness, to keep you busy, to keep you chasing the next thing. So you never see yourself. So you never understand yourself. So you never control yourself. But the man who masters stillness is the man who decides what deserves his energy, what deserves his attention, what deserves his effort. Because control is not given, it is taken. Control is not claimed once, it is maintained every single day. The man who knows stillness controls his attention, controls his desire, controls the fire that burns within. And that control transforms him. It changes how he moves, how he speaks, how he interacts with the world. It changes how he sees threats and how he sees opportunities. He no longer reacts to life. He shapes life. He creates conditions where he thrives, even when chaos surrounds him. He walks through storms without being consumed by them. He stands in the middle of conflict without surrendering. He experiences fear without letting it dictate his actions. He is present without apology. And that is the power few understand. To act only when necessary. To speak only when it matters. To move only when it counts. To rest, knowing the world will not stop, but that he will remain unshaken. Discipline is not just doing what is hard. Discipline is doing what is right, consistently, even when the body screams to quit, even when the mind wants comfort, even when the world offers excuses. Because the man who learns stillness understands that motion without purpose is wasted energy. Constant doing without reflection is slavery. A life spent in endless motion without control is a life wasted. True freedom is the ability to move or remain at will. It is not found in the noise of the world. It is found in the quiet corners, the spaces no one else sees, the moments when you are alone with yourself. In those moments, You discover who you truly are. Not the mask you wear, not the image you project, not the persona shaped by survival, but the essence beneath it all. The core of strength, the foundation of resolve, the origin of power. And when a man reaches that place, he no longer fears stillness. He welcomes it. He embraces it. Because he knows it is where clarity lives. It is where strategy is born. It is where courage is measured. So if you are this man, struggling to stop, struggling to breathe, struggling to find calm in a life built for motion, know this. Every pause you allow yourself, every moment you learn to breathe, every silence you endure is training. It is not weakness. It is sharpening. It is preparation for the next ascent. And when you master stillness, you are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You become the force the world bends around. You become the eye of your own storm. You become unstoppable. So rise, not only in movement, but in presence. Not only in action, but in reflection. Not only in power, but in restraint. Men who learn stillness don't just arrive. They ascend. They see the patterns others miss. They anticipate what others cannot. They move with intention because they understand the cost of wasted motion. They speak with authority because they understand the cost of empty words. They act with precision because they understand the cost of indecision. This is not comfort. This is not ease. This is discipline, refined into art. Men who master stillness become architects of their own lives. They do not follow. They do not imitate. They do not react. They create. They build. They conquer themselves. And in doing so, they conquer the world around them. So if you are ready to stop running, to stop reacting, to stop hiding behind motion, and finally, learn to stand, and finally, arrive. Your time is now. If you want to forge your mind, master your discipline, and unlock your true potential, subscribe to the Iron Mind, the channel where men learn focus over distraction, strength over weakness, and the art of stillness. Hit the bell to never miss a lesson in mental toughness, personal mastery, and building unshakable resilience, and start sharpening your mind today. Subscribe now to the Iron Mind.